just a streaming dirtbag, baby.
I'm a sexy Asian woman.
Come to my live stream, don't say maybe. It never ends till you go crazy. I'm just a streaming dirtbag, baby. Come to my live stream, don't say maybe. It never ends till you go crazy. Thank you, Uncle Remus. Thank you, Wesley. And thank you, everybody who came. Now that's a franchise I'd watch.
I think you know why you are here. There's a part of you that the normies fear. Know the truth is what you seek, so we welcome you to the home of geeks. Of the oddball, the neglected, the outcast, the rejected, we're all here to celebrate. Anti-Gregory, rebels in the wondrous and strange. Whenever we are here, we see clear, there's no fear. Into the steady every word, as a voice to be heard. Cause here everyone's up, there's no need to be a Pat Claire. We've done away with all the hatred. Every show you love is here. So kick back and grab a beer. There's plenty of discussion, no agenda that we're pushing. We're just here to celebrate. Anti-Gregory, rebels in the wonders and the strange. Whenever we are here, you see clear, there's no fear. Into the steady every word, as your voice to be heard. Cause here everyone's a third. We are a sci-fi menagerie. We've got every alien from A to Z. We know this is where you want to be. We're the greatest channel in the galaxy. Anti-Gregory, rebels in the wondrous and strange. Whenever we are here, you see clear, there's no fear. Into the steady every word, as a voice to be heard. Cause here everyone's a third. A third. Oh yeah. A third.
We will return to your scheduled programming shortly, or we are currently experiencing technical difficulty.
Death to Corona!
Hey guys, Michael J. Crawford, the Anti-Trucker here, and you're probably wondering why the camera is kind of shaky and everything. It's because I'm actually holding it in my hand because I'm switching from this webcam to the other camera that just came in, and so let me switch cameras. I just wanted you guys to be able to see the actual difference, because you know, I've been looking like a Donald Trump wannabe for the last few days. And so scroll down a bit. There's the Logitech. Go up. Come on. Stupid thing wants to fight me. There we go. Alright, so here we go. I am going to turn off the Logitech camera. Whew, now I can put that down. So now you have just a clean background, and now I will turn on the new camera. If I can click on it without hurting my hand too much. There we go. So this is the difference in using a DSLR versus a webcam. And I haven't been able to tweak the settings or anything, but I'm sure you can see that just with the base settings, it looks a whole lot better. And not only does it look better as far as the color and everything, but the green screen actually pops a lot better as well. Not as much artifacting around the edges and stuff, because the camera picks up a much better range of color. I don't know how the cloaking device works. So there we go. We got that much too. So there we go. Official test successful thus far. So now we get to the chat. And by the way, I also have one limitation on the new camera that's a temporary thing. And that is the camera itself is running off of its battery, which means that when the battery goes dead, I have to stop the live stream no matter what. Now that's only temporary because I have a dummy battery coming. And what a dummy battery on these cameras is a battery basically that has a wire that sticks out of the camera that you then plug into an electrical source so it never runs out. And so that I ordered, but those aren't, that's not going to be here for another like week. So I have to run off the battery for at least a week. But I still think that it looks a lot better than, oh yeah, I see there's a little bit of, that's a hot spot in the, there, if we turn, see the problem is this light is too close to the green screen. So I wonder if I turn the light off, how bad would it be? Yeah, see, then it's really bad. That's the problem. That light needs to be adjusted. It's too close to the green screen right now. I haven't had a chance to properly set things up, so we'll just leave it like that for right now. Sorry about the ghost. All right, so to the chat. Thomas says hi as first. Resolute says hello. Alexander says hello. The Continuum says hello. Mike Richards says greetings from Columbus, Ohio. Alexander says slow mode still. Yes, we're going to be leaving it in slow mode for a while because we need to make sure that those trolls do not come back. Free Karogan treats dough Auntie? Huh? Oh, Karogan treats her Auntie. Well, actually, Auntie is quite satisfied right now. I just... she had a full ham bone just a little while ago, so she is very happy. I hear filming to begin soon on Voyager documentary. Very cool. I did not hear about that. Jeff says you're the best style. You don't have to butter me up, but yes, I am. Piano Dean says held off on the Ambien. Good idea, my friend. If you, but although you know certain things on Ambien have a different meaning, you know. I'm not going shirtless.
Why
Sorry.
not?
I'm not. I'm not bold
free.
like you. Stop it. So that on Ambien, I could imagine being quite the experience. Watching Ensign Nog take orders from cadets doesn't seem right. Well, it's Nog. The Midnight Turd and fellow nerds just leaving a like before I turn you off to go to sleep. Great video today, but background music was too loud. Sorry about the background music. Yeah, that video was from the heart, though. Mr. Miles always first, I'm always awesome, and Auntie is forever cuter than Baby Yoda does a great job, who does a great job at sleeping. Well, Auntie does a great job at sleeping for sure. You are the best sleeper, Auntie. So, thank you, Valor. Thomas, I hear you trying to free yourself from Kuroga's Hobbitville. No, first of all, Thomas is our military leader. He's not trying to free himself from anything. But, hey, whatever. Nightbreeze says hi. Commander Shutter says greetings from the West Coast. Good to see you, Commander, even if you are on the West Coast. Darren says, you didn't put a Darren video out today. Your suffering will be legendary, even in Kuroga. Wow, that sounds like a line from Hellraiser. Yeah, that was actually a complete mistake. I meant to put out the video of you, and then I accidentally put out the video that I did. I was going to put that one out tomorrow, but I'll put your video out tomorrow, and it'll all work out in the end. Good evening, people of the geekdom. How you doing, Dragon Sword? Hi-ho, everybody, says Brian McFarland. Darren Wagner, especially in Kuroga. Kronos says, hail Turtistan. Hey, nerds. How you doing, Kronos? Jeff Franklin says, 000 on the countdown clock. Engage. Indeed. Best intro ever, says Commander Shutter. I agree. Josh says, but Mamo Prey says Andy Checker's office was Kuroga's Hobbitville. Well, Mamo Prey, I'm sorry, was wrong. And Nightbreeze puts in a donation. Thank you so much, my friend.
I got him!
Says, don't forget to set live chat, hit the like button, tell your friends, donate treats for Auntie, down with Kuroga, and death to Discovery. Indeed, my friend. I love that one. All right.
Death to Kuroga!
Thank you, Chancellor. All right. Where were we? Thomas says the Turtistan tank test was successful. Soon, Kuroga will be flat like a pancake. Excellent news, Thomas. And Thomas is dizzy, probably from me holding the camera earlier. Nightbreeze says, looks like you got too much sun today. Well, yeah, that's the webcam was having a horrible time with color. And Thomas again says, I'm dizzy. Jeff says, huge yellow blob invading Turtistan. John says, looks like Discovery camera work. I like it better with both cameras turned off, says Darren. Wow, what a jerk. Is that a god particle? Andy Checker has a cloaking device. Yes, I do. Reality Strikes is in the house. Good to see you, Reality. Says, what's up? How you doing, my friend? Thomas says, you're dark. Yeah, I haven't messed with the camera much, or the lights for that matter. I can actually turn the lights up a bit. Let me see if I bring up... The nice thing about the lights are actually they can be controlled through this handy-dandy little light app here. So we could bring that up. Probably about there. That's probably not too bad for a quick adjustment. Let's see. Oh my god, it's hideous. Wow, thanks. Q of the Organians are behind you, the glow. Yeah, sorry about that. That's just because, like I said, this one light is too darn close to the green screen, so it creates a hotspot. And I mean, like, if I turn, I guess if I put it about that angle, it works for now. Even though you can see the edge of it, but it's not going to kill anybody. Thomas says, there's a ghost looking thing. Yes, need to adjust the light over your left shoulder. Thank you. Do you have an imaginary farce ghost? Hey, Trigger, the saturation can be increased to give a warmer color tone. You can't. Actually, the nice thing is these lights. I love these lights. Is I can actually change the color temperature of the lights themselves. So you can see I can go all the way up to here for warm. I can go all the way down to here for more cool. And that's not an adjustment in the camera. That's the lights themselves. That's actually what it looks like in here. And so kind of just play around with it, try and get a good match for what we have for our background. But that's nice because, like, if I have a background that looks like it's nighttime outdoors, I can set it to cool, you know, that kind of thing. But yeah. Howdy, Edger. When are you gonna try out the new cam? Now. So Jeff says, please stop playing that video. Captain Trek says, I hate that video. Stop it. Thomas says, we all know you live in a big house. We saw your living room. Yes, that was my living room. This is my bedroom, I guess. Have you seen the latest announcement about Star Wars, The High Republic? It just came out and it's about the challenges faced by the Jedi during the era of the Old Republic. I have not heard about that, Man of Sam. If it's official, I think it's a mistake. But it could still be good. Let's see. DJ Odyssey found DJ's favorite game on Steam called Amorous. Never heard of it. Vivian told me to say she raises a slice of pizza topped with bacon and pineapple to you. She wishes you well. Well, thank you, Vivian. As disgusting as that slice of pizza sounds, I appreciate it. So I raise an invisible glass to you. Mom will pray wrong. Perish the thought. Well, it can happen. Let's see. Mom will pray was wrong. Anti-Trigger 2020. You made the list with that one. Well, what can I say? It's just a fact. I mean, hey, I love Mama Pray. She's the best thing about Kuroga. Well, she's really the only good thing about Kuroga. But, you know, she can make mistakes. And I'm sure she would admit that. She's a humble enough person to where she's not going to say she's perfect. I'm still working on my ship in space engineers. I'm also working on a special conference room for you and the evil dictator. At the center of the table, there'll be a warhead to end it all. Awesome. Okay, Boomer. Wow. Okay, Boomer says, hi, Trigger, new to your tube. Like your review so far. Thank you. Just don't call me a boomer. Jerk. Okay, Boomer. Wow. And Charles donates a couple of bucks. Thank you so much. I appreciate that, my friend. And says, sorry for having a side conversation in chat. Ha ha. Hey, I encourage it. I love the fact that you guys talk to each other as much as you talk to me. I think that's cool. I think that, you know, the fact that we're building community is awesome. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. That's why, I mean, like, I'll tell you, it would have been so easy and it was very tempting to take the money that I got from YouTube and spend it on other things around the house that I could use. But I basically decided, no, the money I get from YouTube, aside from what I absolutely have to spend on household expenses, will all go to improve the channel. That is why, if all goes well, within the next 2 weeks, we're going to have a new 3D printer that is going to be getting going, and things are going to get awesome. However, I need to find someone who's good with 3D modeling to help me because I can't do this alone. And so if you know anybody or you are somebody, send me a direct message via Twitter, or, well, Twitter would probably be the best way to do it, because I've got to find a good 3D modeler to help me. Okay, Boomer says, I already read that. Why did I read it twice, or did they put it twice? I don't know. Darren says, okay, all kidding aside, what kind of camera did you get, make, and model? It is a Sony A5100. It is a relatively inexpensive camera, but obviously it will do for now. I may get a better camera in the future, but right now I'm perfectly happy with this one. The warm setting looked much better. At least it doesn't make you look like Ed Sheeran? Not sure. That name sounds familiar. So you like it a little bit warmer, huh? So I'll turn up the warmth a little bit. How about there?
Hello, world.
And a Night Breeze donated $2 and says, DJ's choice. Well, that was nice of you. So, DJ, you get yourself a super chat. Congratulations. Not sure why he's being so nice to you. And so let me know, DJ, what you want. Nice letter to YouTube. Thank you, Night Breeze. It was from the heart. Is Star Trek Renegades any good? I'm not sure yet. I'm going to actually try to watch it tomorrow if I can. I got a lot of work to do in the next couple of days, but I do want to watch that tomorrow because, like I said, I know Manu's in it, and if he's going to come on the channel, I want to be versed in it before I talk to him about it. So I'm looking forward. I've heard it's good, but I don't know. I actually like pineapple on pizza once in a while. Sometimes I make hula burgers too. Well, you're a sick man, my friend. And let's see. And DJ says, Naked Foley, you just played anti-drinkers for the son of a bitches that called me furry in the name of that tune last night. So you want Naked Foley? No, I'm not going shirtless.
Why
Sorry.
not?
I'm not.
It's
I'm not bold
free.
like you. Stop it! There you go, DJ. You're a weird one. Kind of the opposite of a furry, isn't he? I actually like pineapple on pizza. I already read that. Wow, I am just not with it today. Aberjam says, greetings, oh great Turdistani. How you doing, Aberjam? Good to hear from you. We will rescue you soon. Jeff says, there is no laughing matter. That video just sucks. Aussie, oh, it's so funny because Captain Foley was so drunk. When we did that. That was a live stream we did a couple of years ago, and it was a lot of fun, but yeah, Captain Foley overdid it a little bit. I think he drank like 2/3 of a bottle of Royal Crown, or Crown Royal, or yeah, Crown Royal. Osteopray has no effect on me anymore, but the new shirtless Trek Yards and Alexander Laughing are worse. When your victims become accustomed to the horrors, we change horrors. Exactly! That's true. Crota says, I don't believe Mama Prey lives in Kuroga. She's just too awesome. You might be right about that. Reality Strike says, cute puppy. What is his or her name? By the way, there are only 2 genders. I agree there are only 2 genders. And that's right, you haven't seen her. And her name is Auntie, as in the first half of my username. Yes, that is in fact her name. She's a beagle, she's a rescue, and she's a very sweet dog. And she sleeps all the time. Thomas says, Mom will pray at a little rent when I sent Bird a video of Weinstein walking without any problems on his way to jail when he went to hear the verdict with a walker. I saw him going in the walker, but I didn't see him walking around with no problem, but yeah. He looks like Max Headroom tonight. You think I look like Max? Okay, well, how about if I do this? Will this be better? Here, I'll move the microphone. Here you go. Hi, how you doing? E.C. Henry is a great 3D model. Yeah, that's true, but E.C. Henry is probably too busy to help me. And I need, and I know he can do starships and stuff, but I don't know if he can do soft body models because I need some soft body models as well. And that's going to be tricky. I might have to just hire somebody through like Turbo Squid or something, which I hate to do. I'd rather get somebody that I know is a genuine nerd if I'm gonna partner with them and pay them for it. But I'll do whatever I have to do to make it work. Whatever happened to the Organians and Trek, or did they forget about them and that's why we got Q and TNG? They didn't forget. I think that in fact, they mentioned them in Trouble with Tribbles because the terms of the Organian peace treaty was why they had to try to develop Sherman's planet. But in Spock Must Die, the novel, they actually explained that the Organians went silent. It's not canon, but it also kind of makes sense. The Organians, the most logical assumption is that they simply find everybody so disgusting that they left. So, yeah. Man O San says, what software do you use to generate that nifty Starship bridge background behind you? How are you able to adjust what's on the bridge view screen? Well, there's a few things involved. First of all, this is just a beautiful still image of the bridge that I found on Google. That's where we got the actual image. Now, the blinking lights, as well as, I always get my hands mixed up, the little hologram there in the display and that there, the blinking lights and all that, that was added by Mr. Miles. He basically just took it into DaVinci Resolve and used the effects available in DaVinci Resolve to add the blinky lights and stuff like that. What you see on the view screen and these 3 monitors here, if you were to see well, in fact, I can go to the bridge view screen and show you what it looks like. We use something very similar to the classic green screen effect. In fact, it's the exact same effect, except it's not green. We used because there are green buttons and stuff on there, and so it didn't work when we tried to do it as a green screen. Let's see, election banner. All right, bridge background. So if we go to the bridge background here and we turn off the color key, we end up with this. So the purple is what we use as a chroma key to make it so, and so then XSplit, which is the software I use to broadcast, can do a chroma key. Same thing with the green screen behind me. And so like if I turn off the green screen effect from the camera, this is what you see. And so it's the exact same effect, it's just with purple up there. And so then I can add whatever I want in those windows. And there you go. The actual star field that you see is from the Space Engine. If you haven't seen Space Engine, it's freaking awesome when it works. So there you go. All right. Darren says, did you get a teleporter for your new camera so you can freak us out by speaking to the camera without breaking eye contact? Yes. Naked Foley, you just played Answering for... Oh, I already read that. Let's see. I Got Bird to Sing, You Don't Love Me Anymore by Weird Al. You might want to check that out. Oh, man, that's a great song. I would love to see Bird sing that. And it looks like I missed a bunch of chats. I'm sorry. Let me go back. I don't know how that happened. The chat jumped on me. Wow. I missed a lot. E.C. Henry. Okay, there we go. Naked. I already read that. Any more Stargate reviews coming? Eventually, yes, Alexander. It's on the agenda. The problem is that basically right now trying to balance time. I have to, I work 40 hours a week at my regular job, and then I try to spend every other, I live stream for, gosh, about 15 hours a week, and then I try to put out as many videos as I can. And that's one of the reasons that I partnered with people like Darren to put out more content. Otherwise, I would get nothing. Little close, but sharp picture. Yeah, I like it a lot, actually. It's going to take a little adjusting. Right now, the camera, I might move the camera around a bit, just depending on what works best. But, yeah, for right now, it works pretty good. Commander Sutter says, 18 days until my wedding, and Men's Warehouse has failed me. Ordered it a month ago, and they never ordered it, even with the constant reminders. Guess I'm going to be Foley for the wedding. That sucks! Oh, man. Oh, that sucks. Any Ichib updates? Not yet. I haven't heard back from him on a final confirmation of the date that we'll be meeting. So as soon as I know, I will let you guys know. Don't know if you've been on Discord lately, but I sent you a disturbing clip of Bird's Sunday stream. I did not. I was not on Discord much today. However, I did watch Bird's Sunday stream, or at least most of it, and it was pretty funny. I did. That was pretty funny. She wakes up when Auntie Drecker reaches for the treats. That's true. Auntie will always wake up for treats, but other than that, she's a very diligent sleeper. Mr. Miles says, why are you so close to the camera? Why are you so picky? Oh, damn, 3D coming at you. Here, would you prefer that, Mr. Miles? And there you go. You guys think I'm too close to the camera. There you go. This is going to be my new thing. I'm just going to live stream from right here. Crota says, are you purposely running live streams this late so certain dictators can't watch because they're sleepy time for certain dictators? No. Honestly, and I know for what, first of all, Bird of Prey, he's a good friend. Bird watches these streams the following morning. The problem is my work schedule. I get off work at 11 o'clock, and so then I stream right afterwards. And that's why I'm streaming this late. I wish I could get away with streaming a little earlier. Although, honestly, being on at 11 is nice because I don't have a bunch of people competing with me. And Death by Rabies throws $3 in. Thank you so much, my friend, with a fist bump. Wow, you can do that much better now with this new camera. Woo! But thank you so much, Death by Rabies. I do appreciate it. The Organians forgot about us, well, or they just left us because they were disgusted. Greetings, birds, turds, and crazy friends. Hey, Wesley, good to see you. Jeff says, Foley isn't the problem with the video. I will leave it at that. I understand. I do. What would happen if we put shirtless Foley in a wind tunnel? That's a very good question. The answer is nothing. He could walk through a wind tunnel with no resistance whatsoever. Captain Trek says, I sent Anti-Trek a tweet, but he never responds, so I have no idea if he saw. I'm sorry, Captain Trek. You know what? I have been inundated with messages from various sources, and with my work schedule the way it is, yeah, you're right. I get way behind, and I don't always respond. But eventually, if you send me a link to a video or something, I will watch it. It's just a matter of getting to it. Did you catch Bird Stream today? No, I did not. Apparently, he had some great singing. I was at work when he was streaming, so I didn't get a chance. But which I truly wish if I would watch Bird streams pretty much every day if I could. But because he's so much fun. Epic says, I got Bird to sing You Don't Love Me Anymore by Weird Al. I thought I read that. I think I did. Make your background Bird's bed. Not sure what the point of that would be. Space Engine is simply fantastic. I do enjoy Space Engine. Where is Foley's Joker Super Chat? I gotta find the files for that. It's probably on the other computer. Please, no more close-ups. You mean like this? You don't want me to do this anymore? Hey there. Hey now, this is Anti-Tracker. How you doing today? You just really want to hang out with me, don't you? Darren Wagner says, wait, so you did get a teleprompter for your camera? Or you did not? No, Darren, I did not. Isaiah says, hey, you're not orange anymore. That's true, Isaiah, I'm not orange anymore. Jeff Franklin says, don't forget to spend time with Mrs. Anti-Tracker. Oh, let me tell you, I spend plenty of time with Mrs. Anti-Tracker. Alright, so there you go. That's just, I'm sure, very, very creepy. Corona says, son of a bitch. Thomas says, what did you think of that Baby Yoda? Actually, yeah, Thomas sent me the Baby Yoda. It looks pretty good. I'd want to see how big it is and everything. I didn't get a good view of it, but looks good, actually. The clip is definitely worth a play for those who missed it. I will check it out for sure. Why are you so close to the camera? Because I love you. I love you so very, very much. Renegade says, afternoon, Anti-Tracker and fellow nerds. Corona says, what is a bird of prey other than a Romulan starship? Well, it's also a Klingon starship. Why are you so far away from the camera? Well, guess make up your mind. Ralph says D-culture, which is Zendari for Kapla in Klingon. Wow. I did not know that. And now my head hurts. Every time you talk about your work schedule and you say, I get up, I think of the first lyrics from Van Halen's Jump. I get up and nothing gets me down. Yeah, but lots of things get me down. And Night Breeze donates again and says, all hail the Hypno Turd. Night Breeze, why would you want the Hypno Turd? After all, you have me. All hail, Anti-Tracker. Give yourself to Anti-Tracker. Donate to Anti-Tracker. You must give to Anti-Tracker, for the Anti-Tracker is love. The Anti-Tracker is life. The Anti-Tracker is you, because everybody poops, so everybody is the Anti-Tracker. There you go. A brand new original character. Mr. Cat says, it's been a while, so shields and tourists. Yes. Wesley says, I asked Bird to sing a song. He didn't read the title correctly. They started singing the wrong song. Well, it sounds like Bird, all right. ASMR anti-tracker, yes, indeed. Is anti-tracker ASMR plus close-ups? Yes, that's my new thing. I'm just going to do that for my live streams from now on. And Sean Carter throws $5 in any second now. Bird of Prey is going to explode, blah, blah, blah. There we go. Thank you so much. I'm going to write a Star Trek musical using puns. It'll be a play on words. That's really funny. Thank you, my friend. The camera brings out all the imperfections of your face skin when you get close like that. Yuck, Mrs. Antrigger kisses that at night. Wow, Darren. Wow. Wesley says, don't ever do that again. Never! Valor says, Saturday night was fun. Well, for me, but Vivian decided by a double AC-20, which is 1 ounce bourbon, 1 ounce scotch, a hint of brown sugar, and lemon juice. So she was not up for most of Sunday. That sounds delicious. John Meyer says, Foley is so streamlined he can pass through walls like the Flash. Dramatic music. My name is Captain Foley. I'm the most dolphin man alive. Indeed, he is that smooth. There's not enough anti-checker to go around. We need a transporter to clone like Riker. Well, if only that were true. I could use a couple of clones. Even Discovery doesn't torture us with Burnham close-ups. Well, that's true. But Burnham's not, like, hideous to look at. She's just so condescending and pompous and... Why is the camera so close to you? See, I didn't ask why you were so close to it. The camera is right there. I mean... You know, I can adjust the zoom if you want. You know, I can. Let's see. We can zoom out a little bit, but you see, then the green screen edges are visible, so we need to be, well, not quite that close. No, not that close. There we go. All right. Have you ever considered Botox? Works for Nancy Pelosi. Wow. Why is your camera on? What a jerk. It looks like there's a little dot on the screen. Get closer to the screen already. Okay. Your new camera sucks. That is all. Jerk. Aberjab says, can't believe I got up at 5 a.m. just for you to creep me out. I'm so sorry, Aberjam. I didn't mean to creep you out. Okay, I way too much of this 3D anti-checker. I'm going to bed, but first I have to look at some aesthetically pleasing images of Nichelle Nicholas to clean the palette. Wesley says, next time I poo, I'm going to yell out, son of a bitch, anti-checker. That's right. Every time you poo, you should be thinking of me. From now on, every single time any of you poop, you should be thinking about me. And it's going to drive you nuts because you're going to be sitting there on the toilet, and then you're going to go, oh, crap, I'm actually thinking about him. And then you're going to say, oh, crap, I said crap, and he's a crap, and yeah, you're going to, yeah, that's going to mess with you. Can you play some background music from TOS sometime to suit up your Starship background, or will YouTube algorithm crack down? Yeah, if you play music, you're screwed. If it's copyrighted music. Who is better overall ship design, the Federation Romulan or Battlestar Galactica? That's a tough one. Honestly, though, I mean, because all three have got... The problem with the Romulans is they haven't had enough ships. Like, I think the Daredex is beautiful. I can't remember what the class of Warbird that they showed in Nemesis I really liked. The classic Bird of Prey, awesome ship. So I'll give the Romulans this. The Romulans have not had... Well, except for the holographic ship, the Romulans didn't make any ugly ships. The holographic ship was really the only ugly Romulan ship. The Federation has had a lot more variety and some really great ships. The Constitution, the Constellation, the Miranda, the Sovereign, the Akira, the Steamrunner. All beautiful ships. They've made some ugly ships as well, like the Defiant and a few others. But even the ugly ships, at least you can see the practical purpose of them. But then you get to Galactica, and oh crap, are those beautiful ships! I love and both the two, the original Battlestar Galactica with the classic Battlestar design. Absolutely gorgeous ship. I love. I don't have it right here. I've shown it a couple of times, but I have the Eagle Moss of the Galactica herself. Beautiful, beautiful model. I love that ship. I love the 2004 reimagined Galactica just as much. They're both absolutely gorgeous. And the Cylon base stars, both the classic and the new version, absolutely gorgeous. There's not an ugly ship in Galactica, and so it's really, really hard to pick. If I had to say overall best aesthetic for a show, I would probably go Galactica, 2004 version. Would Star Trek V, the musical, make it better? Well, it would make it different.
Hello, world.
And so, I don't know. Nightbreeze says the cloaking device failed. Okay. And Andrew JR 008, get in here. Because you mentioned the Steam Runner, number 25. You got it, my friend. Why? What? Okay, play. Oh.
This isn't the first time I've been tormented by a poop emoji.
There you go. So I guess that's your thoughts on the Steam Runner class. JP says, oh, thank you, Chancellor. Watch with those close-ups. I may fall into one of your pores. Sorry. Piano Dean says, did you see Rick Berman's tweet sarcastically asking how people are liking Picard? I did. I thought it was hilarious. I think Berman's just trying to say, hey, it kind of like George Bush with the "Do you miss me?" I think Berman's trying to pull that. I found that looking at Burnham is fine, but listening to her is another thing. Agreed. I'm sending you the bill to my therapist. Well, Aberjam, sorry, I will not honor such a bill. Why is everyone so mean today? I don't know. Maybe people are just grumpy. What other screen background would you prefer as your next choice if this particular one wasn't available? Well, I don't know. I mean, because I love the blinking lights and stuff. This is such a beautiful, beautiful set. However, I wouldn't mind having a similar shot of, say, the Galactica CIC or any of the other bridges except for the Enterprise D. I think that bridge is ugly. Sorry, guys, that are fans of Star Trek The Next Generation, but it is ugly. Andrew throws 2 more Canadian bucks in. Thank you so much. Says, actually, Steam Runners are my favorite in Armada 2. Well, you see, and that you're knocking me for it, and it's actually a very practical vessel. The Steam Runner is a nice workhorse ship. And actually is something like the Steam Runner is what the Defiant should have been. But that's a whole other thing. Auntie, you woke up. What about bridge sound effects? Can you play them? I could probably get away with some sound effects, but honestly, you would get tired of them after a while. People would say, come on, turn that off, Andy Tucker, it's so annoying. And so, yeah. Let's see. Romulan Warbird in Nemesis was a Valdor. Thank you. I couldn't remember. But yeah, those were nice looking ships. How did the Krogan-Turdistan War start? Well, the Krogans are evil, and Turdistan stand for justice, and so is inevitable. The Defiant class is a great-looking ship, which it looks mean, which it should. I disagree. I do not like the Defiant class. I don't think it doesn't look like a Federation ship. That's the problem. Every Federation ship has a distinctive style to it. The Defiant violates that style in every way. It looks like, quite frankly, a ripoff of the Millennium Falcon. Mr. Captain says, from a universe point of view, why didn't the Enterprise 1701 have a lot of windows? I see a lot of cabin fever kicking in because of it. In universe? Well, they actually do have in Mark of Gideon. They show that the windows we see on the ship are actually specific viewing areas where people can go to just look at space. That not everywhere has windows, you know, like on the Enterprise D, where you're in 10 forward in the bar looking out the window. And part of that is because of the dangers of space, right? Now, keep in mind, 23rd century, that's transparent aluminum, and they don't have magic force fields and stuff to protect you every time something breaks. So, yeah. The drink isn't disappearing. Oh, is it not? Oh, yeah, it is. What are you talking about? People complain about Foley or you get even and have a close-up of lore from the James Bond Super Chat as revenge. Vivian just called me sick for suggesting that. Vivian's right. I always thought the Romulan scout vessel that Admiral Jarek was flying, the Defector, was a cool-looking ship. Agreed. I don't think the Romulans made an ugly ship, period. I will take Buck Rogers' Thunderfighter. I do like that fighter, but I'm not really into fighter-class ships. I prefer frigates and larger. How do you feel about the ship designs for Buck Rogers in the 25th century? The Terran Starfighter used in that show was originally the Mark I Colonial Viper for the original BSG. Well, actually, on Buck Rogers, the 1980 or 81, whenever it came out, which I watched religiously back then, was in actuality almost everything from it. Mercer Create donated $2. Thank you so much. Says Soundwave superior, Constructicons inferior. Well, I do love Soundwave. He's got the coolest voice of all the Transformers, so there's no denying that. As for the Constructicons, never watched anything with them in it, so I can't really comment on it. Anyway, but as far as the Buck Rogers stuff, almost everything was reused from Battlestar Galactica. But as far as the overall ship designs, honestly, they're all right, but not nearly as good as Battlestar Galactica. Have you seen the live version of the space battleship Yamato? It looked great. I did. I've only seen clips of it. I haven't seen the entire movie, but it does look pretty good. I do like the space battleship Yamato. Have you? Let's see. With that in there, let's see. Hold on, chat's jumping around on me. With slow mode on, you're getting further behind. How is this possible? Because there's 71 people and they're all chatting. How about the NX-01 bridge? I like the NX-01 bridge, Mr. Miles. If you wanted to do an NX-01 bridge version of this, I would be down for that. In fact, I'm thinking about, it'd be kind of fun to switch up between all sorts of various sci-fi locations. E says, I never get tired of bridge sound effects. I understand you may not, but the problem is that I also have to be realistic, and I have a large audience, and like a few people may like it, and then a few other people will find it annoying after a while. So yeah. You should have the red alert light blink on the red turd days. I was actually thinking about that, about right here putting, and Mr. Miles could easily do it. All he'd have to do, actually really do, is put another purple thing there, and I could have a blinking red alert for bad days, are really, really bad. You should tell Osseo Prey. We will tell you stop Osseo Prey, but you do it anyway. I know. I'm a bad person. TOS Bridge had a practical sense. The captain was the center of the cold turn in the face every station to give them his attention. TNG has tactical behind the captain, who has to get up and walk. Yeah, the TNG. Well, keep in mind that in the TNG era, it makes sense to the time, because in the TNG era, Starfleet had gotten so arrogant and full of themselves that they genuinely believed that tactical was an afterthought. They didn't really need to have a tactical officer. Even worse was Voyager, would have to walk away between the captain and tactical. That's pretty bad too. The Defiant looks like a flattened runabout. Kinda, yeah. Wesley says, I haven't been in a good mood either today. I need sleep. Well, get some freaking sleep, my friend. My favorite Star Trek ship was the Enterprise retrofit. I love the refit Enterprise. I think it's a gorgeous ship. Man, I will tell you, I total nerdgasm in 1979 when I saw the Enterprise on screen. Absolutely total nerdgasm. I think Voyager is being about 10 to 15% bigger would be perfect. I'm fine with Voyager the size it is. Why does it need to be 10 to 15% bigger? I mean, Mr. Captain, I genuinely don't understand. Why would you need to make it bigger? It's fine the way it is. Mr. Captain, I love the subtle nod to Voyager with the Voyager main theme in Picard last week. You know, I didn't catch that. When was that? Is anything from the 1986 Transformers movie will go over Auntie's head? Not true. I did enjoy the 1986 Transformers movie. I was a little pissed off that they killed all the G1 Transformers at the very beginning. The Defiant looks like it belongs in Star Wars more than Trek, as it doesn't fit. I agreed. I am Galvatron. Yeah, Galvatron. Yeah. And what was he called? Rodimus Prime. Come on, seriously? Bareep Gun or Reep Niniban. Yeah, I know, that's something. I can't remember what it is. Wesley says, I know everyone loves the live streams, but I think you should be doing more videos, like more movie review ones. I know. The problem, here's the genuine problem with that, Wes, and I know I say it a lot, and I sound like a broken record. It's time. Live streams are easy. I get off work, because right now, if I were to sit down and try and get some work done, I couldn't do it, because I don't have the energy or the focus right now. I just got off of a long day of work. I'm exhausted. I'm hurting. So I'm not going to get anything good done. Live streams are easy. I sit down, I turn on the chat, and I hang out with you guys, and you guys help me, wrap up the day, which I really, really appreciate. So, there's that. But I agree with you. If I could do this full time, I would probably be focused more on edited videos, because that's where I would rather be doing that. Nightbreeze says, have a great night, Ant Tricker, and everyone have a good one, my friend. Airwolf versus Blue Thunder. Who wins? I like the design of Airwolf better, but realistically, Blue Thunder wins. The Voyager theme played just before Seven beamed onto the planet after her big talk with Picard. I did not catch that. I'm going to have to rewatch that scene. The original concept for the Defiant became the Nova class. They wanted the ship so unlike Starfleet to portray that as a warship, which is betrayed by the Intrepid and the Sovereign being a warship. Yeah, I know. I don't like it. It doesn't look like a Starfleet ship. Life without pain isn't real life. Ismu A. Dyson Macross Plus. Well, screw him. It's the universal greeting from Transformers, the movie, the best Transformers movie. I will agree that Transformers the movie is the best Transformers movie. How big is your city? Are you close to Nashville? Do you get recognized in public? About 150,000 people, about 50 miles, once. I've only been recognized once. And that's, I mean, come on. I have 13,000 subscribers, not 300,000. And even 300. I mean, I'm sure Nerdrotic can walk down the streets of pretty much any city and not have people swamp him. Now, I'm sure that if you had the millions of subscribers, it would be more difficult. But this channel will never be millions of subscribers. As much as that would be fun, that'll never happen. JP says, what crack would you be smoking to think Blue Thunder wins? Well, if you look at the actual weapons systems, it seems that Blue Thunder has an advantage there. I watched TOS This Side of Paradise today. Perfect except for the romance music. The Voyager theme of Picard was so subtle that I'm not even sure that is what it is. Well, they did do the Romulan theme, so I wouldn't be surprised if they did. I really like the NX-01, the Enterprise A, and the Enterprise A in Star Trek 6. I like the refit Enterprise design exterior is great. Star Trek 6 does have the best bridge, I think. The Voyager music in Picard was right before 7B back down. Yes, someone else already said that. Commander Iron Wolf says, never say never. Never. But come on, Jan Michael Vincent. Come on, Roy Scheider. I'm sorry, Roy Scheider would kick Jan Michael Vincent's ass all over the place. Even if Jan Michael Vincent had Ernest Borgnine as backup, Roy Scheider would kick both of their butts all over the place. Come on. and don't get me wrong, I love Airwolf, and I think Airwolf is a way better looking helicopter. But, you know, you got to be real here. As a follow-up question, who has the best command center design aside from TOS? That's a tough one. There's been a lot of really good ones. I mean, if you're just talking Star Trek, I would probably go with the NX-01. If you were talking all of sci-fi, man, it's tough. There's a lot of good ones. Like the Galactica CIC from both versions of Galactica, outstanding. You know, almost every ship that we've seen the interior of from the Expanse, beautifully done. So I don't know. It's really hard to say. Chrono says, "Oh my God, you agree with me? I should be buying a lottery ticket. Be right back. Go get it. Jaws versus Orca. Jaws. Oh, it's like no idea what you're talking about. Airwolf has heat-seeking missiles. Okay. But you know, you might be right. Maybe you know, I'd have to. I haven't seen either Airwolf or Blue Thunder in a very long time. Blue Thunder I haven't seen since it was in theaters, so maybe my memory of Blue Thunder is wrong. But I thought Blue Thunder was packed with some serious weaponry. Maybe it just had the Gatling gun, but I thought it had more than that. I picked up the Romulan theme easy in Picard. It's very distinctive. The Voyager theme, I'm not even sure it sounded like the Voyager theme. I'd have to listen to it. Jan Michael Vincent versus Hasselhoff. Hasselhoff all the way. Bring me the clip. Bring up the clip. Let the audience decide. Yeah, you just want me to get a copyright strike, jerk. Isaiah says, which Star Trek show has the best intro? That is a tough one. I really like, honestly, I'll tell you that the ones that don't have the best intro, Voyager and Enterprise, have horrible intros in comparison. And TNG, not so great. Now, TOS is iconic, but honestly, I lied. Not Voyager. I meant TNG and Enterprise. I think Voyager has a good, solid intro. Although there's a couple of problems with it. I'm going to go with Deep Space Nine, honestly. I think Deep Space Nine's got the best intro. The A-Team versus Knight Rider. Knight Rider. I think you're stuck in a catch-22. You need more time to make recorded videos, and you need more videos for more subs so that you can quit work. You are 100% right, Wesley. It is a catch-22. It truly is. Name a Trek movie like a Bond movie, like Star Trek Octowarpy. Star Trek Phasers on Kill. Yeah, you can do that. Star Trek. Let's see what we could do. A Good Day to Die. Airwolf has better plot armor. Well, that's true. Positive shield, close the window. Exactly. It was very real. Which version of the DS9 intro? Well, they're all pretty good, to be honest. I mean, parts of it are the same, like the comet tail is in all of them. But the difference is, of course, in the first episode, there was no wormhole. Then there was the wormhole. Then there was the Defiant flyby. I like them all, actually, and I really like the music. TOS movies had the best intros. We're talking about TV shows, not movies. I always loved how dark and ominous the score to Star Trek 6 was. Oh, yeah, that... Yeah, as it starts and it starts building and stuff, it was actually pretty intense. A-Team versus Kuroga Special Forces. Oh, A-Team, easily. I mean, a couple of angry hamsters versus Kuroga Special Forces would be a toss-up. Viper Mark II from BSG versus VF-01 Valkyrie from Macross Robotech. I don't know enough about Robotech to answer that one. I said the A-Team in the van versus Knight Rider. Well, still Knight Rider. Commander Center. Star Trek. Silent but deadly. Star Trek to Kronos with love. Does the Mirror Darkly episode come into account? Those were amazing. I will say, yeah, the Mirror Darkly episode did have a great intro. The best thing for a Catch-22 is a shot of cloaking device. Couldn't agree more. Son of a bitch, YouTube is lagging and flipping out. Sorry. Viper Mark III is better looking than the Viper Mark II. Well, I don't know. I like the Viper Mark II better. Star Trek in her Burnham's service. Star Trek, you only beam twice. No, says, okay, I just want to be clear. My drink is clear. Greetings, anti-drugger and fellow ethnic nerds. Hashtag free anti. Hashtag Martok was a changeling. Martok was a changeling when he said, Hail Karoga. We have the video footage. We've shown it many times. I mean, I understand that, some people want to deny that, but let me see if I can find, let's see, too many clips here. Come on. Alright, so we got Bird, I don't even know, oh, that's the Death to Karoga, oh shoot, I had it, and then I lost it. There we go. Come on. Everything's running sluggish today on my computer. I must need to
Martok's the changeling!
All hail Karoga.
So there you go. When he said all hail Karoga, he was in fact a changeling. We have the proof. I flip off YouTube constantly. Well, I did in my video today. Wesley said, did Antrigger just read my last comment? I don't know, did I? Wesley? I'm not 100% sure. Star Trek, gold pressed latinum finger. Okay. 99% sure Antrigger's on Top Chat. Yeah, you're right. Dang it. I'm sorry. Star Trek, red shirts only die twice. Well, especially if their name is Scotty. I'm still waiting for Karoga Coward to send a tweet to JG calling him a changeling, but it's more likely for Star Trek Discovery to get good than that. I think you're right. Ralph says, from Romulus with love. Not bad. Not bad. Mercer says, 1, the Romulans started evacuations before the supernova, right? 2, the android attack on Mars happened after the supernova, right? 3, the attack was not related to the evacuation, right? No. Well, you're right that the Romulans started evacuations before the supernova. Where you're wrong is while the android attack on Mars did not necessarily happen after the supernova. I don't think they've established that as of yet. But the problem was that the fleet, that was the evacuation fleet, was still at Mars when it was destroyed. Chrono says, I'm sorry I failed you the live chat. Now it's my fault, my friend. Does J.G. Hertzler still act? Yes, in fact, he's in the upcoming Axonar shorts. Try this again, Andrew. The Nova class is the ship I find most aesthetically pleasing. The warp-capable ship that I'd have Federation citizen would be that ship. I agree. I like the Nova class. Kirk with the golden phaser. I really liked your message to Google. It was measured and understated. Thank you, Schromer. Which Star Trek alum does Bird insult next? Good question. JP says treat time. Not sure why. The attack was not related to the evacuation. No, the attack was well, we don't know all the details of the attack yet. That's part of the mystery that is yet to be uncovered. And I hope that it's an interesting thing as it unfolds. But the truth is, we don't know all the details. But it seems pretty clear that the attack was designed to stop the evacuation, and it was successful. Carlos says morning. JP is not saying treats for Auntie. Well, Auntie's sleeping. You don't want treats, do you? Do you want treats? And I'll give you a treat if you just say you want a treat. Yeah, you're just like, what? Why are you bothering me? I thought I'd set you off by saying Federation citizen owning a warp-capable ship. Darn. No, I'm. You know what? The thing is, though, is that I've said that I think it's a rare thing. I think people that say every Federation citizen should have a warp-capable ship is like saying every American citizen should have a yacht. I just want the storytelling of Picard to be better. I need a solid foundation for the premise. I actually am okay with that. I think the premise is fine. I think the problems with Picard, and here's where I'll get into like what I was saying, the first thing about Gen 3 Trek. Robert Burnett nailed it in his recent live stream from, I think it was a few days ago. He absolutely nailed it. The problem with third generation Trek, and third generation Trek is basically everything from Star Trek 2009 to present. It's nihilistic. It absolutely devalues human life. It doesn't give a crap about the sanctity of life and about, that being the center moral premise of the Federation. How many times in TOS and TNG did people stop and put themselves at great risk to save others? That you don't see in Picard. In Picard, you see people cutting people's heads off, ripping people's eyes out, just slaughtering people left and right, because death means nothing on this show. Life means nothing on this show. And that is the number one problem with this show. And not just this show, Discovery as well. I asked Bird this question today, so I will ask you, I want your expert in-depth analysis of how decoherence splits the quantum multiverse. Well, that's very simple, actually, Jeff. The quantum multiverse is a myth in and of itself. There is no such thing as a quantum multiverse. Therefore, decoherence does not split the quantum multiverse because the quantum multiverse does not exist. Mr. Captain says, I'm not convinced that the message wasn't sent back from the future to get the synths to attack. Gotta link up Picard and STD somehow. I don't think that's the case. Have you seen the Starship Troopers movie by Paul Verhoeven? What do you think of their ships? They're not bad, actually. They're not... I don't think they're iconic at the level of BSG or Star Trek or Star Wars, but they're not bad. I'm worried about the whole reason behind what is happening in Picard will be stupid. That concerns me, but we'll see. Star Trek, live and let re. Live and let re? My wife was asking if the dog was okay. That's why I was getting you to poke at it. Yeah, she's fine. She's just sleeping her diligent self. Everyone doesn't own a car, let alone a jet. I know. That's the stupid thing about it. My suspension of disbelief allowed me to feel 7 of 9 was right to seek vengeance against a ringleader of the group who killed Icheb. Good thing it's a show and not real life. But you see, that's the problem, Andrew. That is so antithetical to Trek. The fact that they set it up, they purposely set it up so that you would root for murder. That is so antithetical to Trek. And I don't give a crap. You can give a million reasons why you think 7 of 9 was justified in murdering that chick. She murdered that chick. And that is not Trek. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care what example anybody tries to come up with, because you'll say, well, Worf killed Duras. That's true. And you know what Picard thought of that? That it was wrong, that it was sick, that he shouldn't have done it. It didn't matter if it was Klingon tradition. And that was the point of that story. It wasn't to try and say what Worf was doing was right. But the way that this last episode of Picard ended was to suggest that 7 of 9 was absolutely right in committing murder. And that is totally screwed up. That is the opposite of Trek. And while I am enjoying Picard overall, that scene darn near breaks the show for me right there. I really can't stand the fact that people are defending murder right now, and that's the worst part about it. It's not even the fact that she does it in the show. It's that the fandom, many people are defending that 7 murdered her. That's just, it's wrong. It's sick and it's wrong. And that we've seen murder after murder after murder on this show. And it's generally portrayed as not a big deal. Like when Elnor sliced that dude's head off, right? No big deal. Yeah, Picard scolded him a little bit. This was freaking murder. You don't scold someone for murder. You know, Daj, when she first shows up at Picard's house, tells him that she killed a bunch of people. Does he call the police? No! She committed multiple murders, and her boyfriend was murdered. And what does he do? Nothing. What the hell is going on in the writers' minds? Why are these sick bastards thinking that killing people is not a big deal? I don't understand that. I really, genuinely don't understand that. Why is it that we can actually believe that killing a human being is not an incredible... I mean, think about the ultimate computer as a perfect antithetical to this. Think about the M5's reaction to murder. And I rest my case. All right. Any guess who scolds JL in the next episode? My vote is the Red Angel. I don't think the Red Angel's showing up. So Picard Romulans have no space to call their own, or with the neutral zone gone, Romulan space carved up like 1960s Berlin. They haven't explained that yet. Discovery had the Admiral who locked herself in the room with a torpedo and did nothing, but die. Yeah, it's nihilistic. It is. Star Trek, Moon Riker. Which warp speed effect do you like best? TOS, Star Trek the Motion Picture, Star Trek 2, TNG reboots, which I think Star Trek 2 and 1 are the best myself. I think 1 is a little too rainbowy. I like 2 better because I think that they toned it down just enough to be good. I suppose that Star Trek Picard is boldly going where no one has gone before with all the gore and language. Can't say it feels like Trek. How is this better? How does this all better humanity? It doesn't. The gore and the language needs to end now. That drink you're consuming doesn't cloak your rants. Apparently not. Worf killed Gowron at Sisko's command. Well, okay. I don't remember him ordering him to do it, but I'd have to rewatch it. But still, the idea of murder in Trek is not a good thing. That's I don't remember when I honestly don't remember how Gowron died, which is horrible of me, but I'd have to rewatch it. Star Trek Kurogan Eye. Okay. I'm not even upset that Seven murdered that chick. I'm more upset Seven murdered Ichib. It's total character destruction. Well, Ichib I could kind of understand. It was a mercy killing, apparently, even though he didn't seem like he was mortally wounded, and he must have been. I meant Ree is being offended over something silly. Gotcha. Turd rants are the best. Thank you, my friend. Carlos says Picard is not our Trek either. But it's close. The thing about Picard is at least it's a decent show, right? Discovery is just a crap show with the Trek label on it. Picard is at least a good show that's just not Trek. Yeah, someone should have at least objected to Seven killing. Exactly! Ugh. And the thing is, they spent all this time talking Seven out of killing, and then what does she do? She goes down and kills, and everybody's like, yeah! She's going on a kill spree! Awesome! Yeah, someone should just at least object to... I already read that. So I guess murder... so you are, I guess, murder. I wish you would watch the other Trigun. I know, I will get to it, Wesley. But here's the thing. Like, when we talk about... And this is again, something that Robert Burnett nailed on his live stream. It's not that that I can't handle murder in a story, right? Even committed by a heroic, quote-unquote, character. But that's not Star Trek. And Star Trek has 50-plus years of history behind it. And so you don't do that. That's the problem. You're cut off. Not sure what you mean. Would it have been better if Seven killed her in combat? It would have been better, but how about this? How about Seven doesn't kill her? Some of the best episodes of Trek involve not killing. Think about the end of Arena. Everybody remembers the Kirk versus the Gorn silly-looking fight. Nobody remembers how powerful the ending was when Kirk refused to kill the Gorn, despite the fact that the Metron said, kill him or we'll blow up your ship. Seven was always cold-blooded, but what was the big issue is Picard gave her weapons knowing that she was most likely going back for revenge. No, Seven was not, I'm sick of that argument. Seven's whole arc was about becoming human. And in this, she shows she ain't human. I'm sorry, 7 of 9 from Voyager is not a cold-blooded killer. I don't want to hear any more. Well, you can defend her all you want, but I quite frankly, that's the biggest problem is that people are defending her killing. It's an odd day when I agree with Tentacle, but her killing Icha bothered me more than her killing Psycho Woman. Fine. JP said the scene where Seven murdered her, this is why Voyager, the baddie, would have a teleporter away before she was shot, and Janeway would scold her for her action. Probably, yes. Cisco ordered Worf to assassinate Gowron, and it was glorious. Like I said, I don't remember the episode, but I'll take your word. Mic drop, yes. Quark set a couple of weapons dealers who Quark set up a couple of weapons dealers who killed each other. In that episode where Quark sold weapons, Garrett killed Romulans and Ambassador, and Cisco was okay with it. But you know what? None of that was portrayed as being good. First of all, Quark was a morally dubious character throughout Deep Space Nine. Garrett is downright evil, right? But as far as Cisco being okay with the Romulans, no, he wasn't. He was saying he could live with it. He wasn't thinking, oh, well, that's good. Let's move on. That's what made In the Pale Moonlight a good episode, was not that Cisco was justified in what he did. It's that he wasn't justified and he knew it. Andrew said, American society has slowly been devaluing life since the 60s. It's just finally leaching into Trek. I agree, but that's sad. Wes says, Joe, get through Trigon. I know you will like the message. I'm sure I will, Wes. I truly am. I genuinely wish I had more hours in the day. And that's part of the reason. I'm actually taking an extra day off this week, and I'm taking 2 days off next week to try and get some of that stuff done. Like I promised via Mike that I would record some stuff for him. I'm going to do that tomorrow. I'm going to try to finish getting another video done. I might get an episode or two of Trigun in. It depends, but tomorrow, all day long, I'm going to be working on crap. It was a great scene. Cisco implies Worf should kill Gowron. It was done on the DL. It's a great scene. Like I said, I'd have to rewatch it. I would say Star Trek Picard is satisfying, kind of the way a dry towel is when you step out of the shower. Yeah. Cisco didn't order Worf, but he implied it. Okay. The writers are like the SS of the 1930s and 40s Germany. They raise our hopes by raising a beautiful puppy. Then in episode 5, they kill the puppy to show loyalty to the ideology. Wow. Gowron was sending Martok on stupid missions to bring down his reputation. Cisco takes Worf aside and says he needs to stop and tells Worf to do something. Well, like I said, I'll rewatch the episode when I get a chance. Then I'll talk about it. Seven didn't even scan Icheb to see how wounded he is. She just pulled the trigger, and Gowron was killed by Worf in a duel challenge for leadership. And I don't think Gowron died. Yes, Gowron did die, which is proof that the Gowron that supports Karoga is a changeling. I wouldn't put it past Cisco telling Worf to kill someone. Cisco is definitely the darkest of second-gen Trek. Klingons killed Kirk's son. He'll never be able to forgive them for the death of his son until he did. Until he did. Which I really appreciated that in Star Trek 6 they actually used that. Carlos saying, you're cut off, no more booze for you. Well, it's not like I'm drunk. I haven't drank enough for that. No kill eye. Is that a plead for us to not kill us? Or promise that it won't kill us? Or, yeah, I said that backwards, but screw it. The Borg parts in Egypt were left there because he'd die if they were removed. So, in fact, if some of those parts were removed means he was fatally wounded. Okay, I could see that. Read between the lines. Cisco says something has to be done, and Worf says, I understand. It was an assassination, and it was great. Well, I'm glad you think it was great. I don't think murder is great. Some of the best episodes of Trek also include murder, such as Pale Moonlight and Tuvix. Well, Tuvix is actually an interesting one as far as the moral dilemma of it. Is it murder when, if you don't split Tuvix, you've effectively killed Tuvok and Neelix? One murder or two? That's the choice in Tuvix. And that's actually one of the more interesting moral dilemmas in Voyager. As far as in the Pale Moonlight, the whole point of the Pale Moonlight was that it was not justified. But he did it because it was necessary. Not killing someone. Dude, now there's an excellent idea. Exactly. If you could be a cast member on any Trek show, which role would you like to be? A starship captain, an admiral, a bridge crew, or some other member? Klingon, Romulan, Vulcan, what? That's a good question. I would want to be, if I could be on a Star Trek show, I'd probably want to be a captain. I mean, I'm not going to lie, it'd be fun. As for species, I think that half Romulan, half Klingon would be my species. Thomas says, got to 109. Or go to 109. I don't know what this is. I thought I told it to open another window. Maybe not. And open a new window. What is this? Oh, Captain Sisko ordering the assassination.
How's Mark talk? Dr. Bashir says he will make... Something has to be done. Agreed. And I do have a solution, but it will not be easy.
Do whatever it takes, Mr. Worf. Those Klingon ships out there are the only thing between us and the Breen. Gowron is risking the safety of the entire Alpha Quadrant, and he has to stop.
Understood.
So, does Sisko know flat out that Worf's solution involves killing him? Possibly. However, this is the flip side of that, that I would argue. Is it murder if it is a duel challenge within the law and tradition of the Klingon Empire? That was not Seven, it was just Jerry Ryan playing another Star Trek character. No, it was Jerry Ryan playing another character alongside of Patrick Stewart that had nothing to do with Star Trek. About the Billions murder with Admiral Janeway traveled back in time. Oh, those don't count. Because Admiral Janeway is a psycho. Are you against murder or killing... Are you against murder or killing in self-defense? I'm against murder. I'm not necessarily against killing in self-defense, but what Seven did was not self-defense. That was cold-blooded murder. There was an episode in TNG Season 2 where the really powerful being just killed the guy on the bridge. Picard said very angrily, Shadow, we cannot allow you to do that. Yeah, not anymore, but now it's, I guess, okay. No, Garrick wasn't evil. He had his code of honor. Code of honor. An episode of TNG where Wesley was murdered would have been a massive success. It'll be interesting to see Guinan and Picard. She was always like his conscious. I personally don't care about Guinan being in Picard. Guinan is so funny because she's like, oh, she knows everything, but we're going to ignore her in this episode, but we'll listen to her in this episode. What are people doing with all those Borg parts? I believe the Kurogans were using them as sexual aids. Andrew says, hashtag death to Tuvix. Wow, dark. Renegade says, Tuvix, Tuvok and Neelix were effectively already dead. Janeway sacrificed one life for two. It's the classic trolley problem. Yeah. But at least it was an interesting problem. And I get that. But at the same time, I don't know that that's murder as much as just a really difficult moral decision. I'm surprised you didn't choose to be a Packlet Hobbit mix. No, Lore Reloaded and Bird of Prey already got that. CBS thinks its viewers are dumb. That's why we get murder and explosions. I think you're right. I never liked Sisko. He's too evil for me. I like Sisko. I genuinely do. But there are moments where he does go too dark. Should the Enterprise crew have sent Hugh back to the Borg with the Borg virus? From a practical sense, absolutely. Admiral Nietzschev was 100% correct to dress down Picard for that. And by the way, all the people that are saying, Starfleet isn't acting like Starfleet and Picard, freaking Admiral Nietzschev. Look at every episode she appears in. You know what? That Admiral that said effing hubris should have been Nietzschev. I don't know if she's still alive, but if she is, they absolutely should have cast her. The difference between Seven and Worf is duels and killing are part of Klingon culture. Humans are supposed to be above such things, morally evolved, if you will. Agreed. Nagilum should have made the bridge crew demonstrate human mating rituals. You're a sick man. Andrew, I don't think Seven killed all those people. If you look at her phaser boot is red when she kills her, but blue when she beams in as she fights her way out. Maybe so, but she still murdered the chick in cold blood. Star Trek's always had a morality. When Q had tormented the TNG crew, lost his powers, no one even suggested killing him or torturing him as payback. Yeah, but they probably would now. Just wait. If Q shows up in Picard, they're gonna, and loses his powers, Picard's gonna be like, okay, time for some revenge. Give me my knife, Yeah, Cisco sometimes went too dark, like when he wanted to flood the Earth using bombs to trigger tidal waves. I don't remember that one. Okay, that might have been because he was half hologram. I don't remember that one, but man. Maybe Nietzsche is the CNC of Starfleet. She should be. Tuvix situation is like a pregnant woman with 2 babies about to be born, and due to complications, you can either save the woman's life or her 2 babies. That's a tough one. I'm not going to lie, but that's the beauty of it. Those kinds of stories, I get. Those can be really interesting. But straight up murder, no. Not in Trek. It's the one where Bashir is James Bond. Oh, okay, so he was a Bond villain. Gotcha. So I always thought you actually meant Cisco, not Cisco on the holodeck or the holo suite or whatever. All right, guys, I am going to wrap it up. Who's going to stream? Is somebody going to stream now? DJ, are you here? Are you going to do a stream? Because I want to know. If you want to do a stream, I'll hang out with you for a little bit. But I am going to wrap it up. Daniel says, hey, what's up? Oh, not much, Daniel. Just testing out the new camera. I think it works pretty well. Once I get the lighting and stuff situated, it'll be freaking awesome, to be honest with you. And so, waiting for an answer. Who's going to stream? It's not going to be Steve and Ernest. So we're just not going to have an after party tonight? That's not going to happen? Really? Thought you got a new camera last year. I did. I actually have a couple, but I wanted to upgrade from a webcam to a real camera. It was Cisco's, this transporter. I know, whatever. I sent you a very scary picture of my YouTube screen. Okay, it's probably me in an embarrassing position, right? Would you play a game Q? Earl Grey, hot, injected in your veins. Wow, that's creepy. I just got here. Don't go away, Trigger. I can't. You know what, Daniels? I do need to get some sleep. New camera looks good. I like this camera a lot. Once I figure out the settings on it, it'll be even better. My personal belief is that only self-defense justifies killing, but space in Star Trek can be a cold, dark place. But you know what? Star Trek shouldn't involve murder. It just should. Well, I mean, it can involve murder, but it should not be considered justified. I don't know what's up with Twitter and pictures lately, Thomas, but when I click on the picture, it just says an error occurred loading the image. Twitter's been having some problems. I wonder if it's like, I don't know, maybe it's a Chrome thing. But it's just coming up with a gray screen. You can keep Anti-Trek here. It's a matter of money. That's true. You start super chatting, I might hang out a little longer, but you guys have been a little stingy tonight, so I guess not. I see how you are. No, I'm just messing with you. I do love the super chats, but that's if the super chats were the only reason I was here, I wouldn't be here. Because, yeah, I just wouldn't. So nobody's going to do an after party stream, really? I'm just disappointed. All right, so in that case, guys, I guess this is going to be it. So, good night, everybody. I hope that you all have a wonderful evening. I hope that you all dream of turds.
Making your way with the nerds today takes everything you've got.
Dad, look at Aurora!
I thought I had the perfect ending, and then
Hello,
Captain Cat ruins it by saying "Hail Karoga" and putting a $2 super chat in. Thank you so much. I appreciate it, Captain Cat. Meanwhile, Jeff says, "Get closer to the screen. You're too damn far away. I'm sorry. I'll try to get closer." Tell me, Clarice. Tell me, Clarice. Have the turds stopped screaming? Do you remember the sound of your turds? Do you still hear the echoes of the turds? Is the turd silent? So Wesley's going to stream. So everybody should head over to Wesley. You better get it started quick. You better get it started quick. Because I can only keep it going for so long. Hello, Clarice. I know that sometime in the last 2 days you've pooped. And when you poop, you will think of me. All right. So let's see. So Wesley, you got a stream going yet? Waiting on you, buddy. That's terrible. Yeah. The plopping of the turds. What's his YouTube channel? Well, if you go to his name and you click on the little 3 dots, then you can get to his YouTube channel. Wesley, once you get that stream going, I made you a moderator. Put the stream link in the chat. Damn, I know Lore went dark earlier, but you too, Anti-Trekker. Actually, well, Lore with that was an interesting video of his little smoking a cigarette and hiding in the shadows. But yeah, I don't need to do that. I just realize that everybody poops. Sooner or later, you will poop. I will have the ultimate victory because nobody can go without pooping for any length of time. Sooner or later, the turd will emerge from you. So there you go. And somebody sent me a message, I'm sure, that was probably begging me to stop. Wesley, don't send me the link. Put it in the chat. I made you a moderator specifically so you can put a link in the chat. Just put it in the chat. You can't make me poop. Never. Oh, you will poop, Kronos. I guarantee you will poop within the next 48 hours. And when you do, you will think of me. You will poop and think of me every time as you squeeze and push. You will think of me. Wow. I could do an entire stream just doing that. That's my psycho voice. Hope you guys enjoyed that. I'm just gonna eat a lot of cheese. You're gonna actually, First Contact's your favorite thing. That's some really beautiful music. I like First Contact's theme. It's not bad. Steven says, "Oh my god, I find those Anti-Trekker close-ups strangely annoying." And then Wesley got his stream up and running. So thank you, Thomas. Put the chat in. And so everybody, go head over to Wesley, say hi to him for me, and I am out of here.
Taking a break from hating JJ sure would help a lot. Wouldn't you like to just get laid? Sometimes you wanna go where all the Trekkies know your name. Always glad you came. You wanna be in a galaxy where Star Trek isn't lame. You wanna go where everybody knows your name. Turds of a feather flock together, that's what we believe. We know a place that's got you covered, a place to get relief. Wouldn't you like to say me poo? Sometimes you wanna go where Turnistanies know your name. And all Kurogans are to blame. You wanna be where you can see Kuroga go Everybody knows your name.
You son of a bitch, anti-tracker!